This video is sponsored by Squarespace, an all-in-one platform that makes it easy to make an amazing website. At Apple's 2019 iPhone event, they put a huge focus on the iPhone 11 Pro, but personally, I think that the real winner from the show is the standard iPhone 11, both for Apple and everyone else. In this video, I'll explain exactly why and talk about some fixes that were made this time around. When the iPhone XR was announced, a lot of people were really iffy about it, from the lack of 3D touch, the single camera, the higher price, and definitely the LCD display with a resolution just slightly higher than 720p, and some other things that ended up giving it some bad press, but in the past year it has really redeemed itself. The display was much better than expected, and even though it can't compete when placed side by side with an OLED, it's definitely one of the best LCD displays out there. Because of its lower resolution and larger battery than the XS, it had the best battery life out of any iPhone. I see people with XRs way more often than with a XS, and this was confirmed when I stopped by my local T-Mobile store and the rep told me that the XR outsells the XS 4-to-1. That is crazy. There are many reasons for its success, a major one being that it doesn't cost $1,000. Even though I really liked the 6.1-inch size and the battery life, there were a few things that really bugged me about it and forced me to use the iPhone XS instead. With the iPhone 11, Apple has made a dramatic shift in strategy. There are the clearly visible differences, but also some subtle ones that you probably didn't notice. I will let you know all of those details after a quick message about our sponsor, Squarespace. I've been recommending Squarespace for over 5 years now, and that's because I've made websites from scratch, from custom templates, and I've even tried multiple platforms, and Squarespace is by far my most recommended method. Whether you're wanting to build a portfolio site, e-commerce, blog, or anything else, they have got you covered with great cross-platform designs to choose from and built-in security certificates and SEO tools. This means that your website will rank much better in searches, and that's all included for one low price, making Squarespace not only easy and fantastic looking, but also an amazing value. Head to squarespace.com/maxtech for a no credit card required trial, and if you sign up, you'll get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, there were a few sneaky differences between the iPhone XR and the XS that almost nobody knew about, especially when buying. The first one was that the back glass of the XR was made from a weaker glass material than the XS, and since the whole back is glass and it costs so much to fix, that was definitely a downside. The new iPhone 11 now uses the same exact glass as the 11 Pro, both on the front and the rear, and Apple says that this glass is the strongest glass in any smartphone, which gives more confidence in case of a drop. The iPhone XS uses a gigabit class LTE chip, but the XR had slower LTE that was just named LTE Advanced. Many people complained about slower speeds or weaker reception, but with the new iPhone 11, Apple has now included gigabit LTE in the iPhone 11 as well. The 11 Pro still has better antennas, but this upgrade is much appreciated. Another major downside was that the single lens camera could only take portraits of people and only if their face was visible in the shot. If you wanted to take a cool shot of anything else, including a pet, you were out of luck. The iPhone 11 fixes this, and now you can take a portrait photo of just about anything. I feel like if Apple didn't add the ultra-wide lens into the iPhone 11, it would be too similar to the iPhone XR, and the wide-angle lens was a smart choice since it's more handy than having a telephoto, since for that you can actually crop in, especially with the new good algorithms. If you own an iPhone 7 or 8 Plus and you weren't willing to spend over $1,000 for a phone upgrade, you would have had to go to the iPhone XR, which many people wouldn't want to because it has a single lens. It's kind of a downgrade. But now I think that most people would gladly trade that telephoto for an ultra-wide lens and at the same time get much better photos, including the new night mode, which makes a huge difference in low light. Now on to the biggest change, the price. I personally was shocked when they showed a lowered price, $699 instead of $750. That just does not seem Apple-like. Why in the world would they want to drop the price while at the same time making this a higher quality and feature-rich phone? Well, they really want you to upgrade. Sales have been dropping as people are growing tired of rising prices, and they're holding onto their phones longer, and some people are actually switching to Android phones because the competition is so strong. But that's not the only thing. Apple is now becoming more of a service company instead of a hardware company, and to feed the explosive growth that they are seeing in services, they need people to buy more iPhones. They are even giving away a free year of their new streaming service with every new purchase. So if lowering the price of the iPhone gets more people to try it and get hooked, then that's exactly what they will do, since this first year can really make or break the success of Apple TV+. The iPhone 11, in my opinion, is the best value for the money iPhone in a long long while, and pricing it at a lower $699 will finally get a lot of people to give up their older iPhone and also sign up for services. The iPhone 11 does have some downsides, such as no fast charger in the box, but do keep in mind that it could still accept one. Anker just released an ultra-small, low-price fast adapter for just $20, and with a certified cable, you'll get the same fast charging as the Pros. I'll go ahead and leave a link to them down in the video description. So will you finally be upgrading from your older iPhone? Let me know down in the comments section below. And if you want to see our comparison of the 11 and the 11 Pro once we get those in our hands, click that circle above to subscribe and enable notifications down below. This has been Max with Max Tech, and I will see you in the next video.